pyramid builders. We're ancient priests, warriors, and mystic scientists. Give us the inspiration to fight 1,000 lions. Give us the enlightenment to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Give us the senses to travel from the second swamp to this one. Pray to God, starve the evil. Amen. I give honor to Wilhelmina Spurlock. I give honor to Richard Mason. I give honor to Daniel Norris.
Ashe.
I hold it for you.
Can you speak up, sir?
May we acknowledge the presence of our Egungun and realize our power.
I say.
May we forever honor their presence for it is out of love that they gave and given themselves.
I say.
May we never forget to daily honor our ancestors and take heed to their guidance to the voice of your heart.
I say.
May the spirit of our ancestors continue to guide, lead, and teach us for our growth.
I say.
I say. You know why we pour libation? That's it. Why do we pour libation?
To give honor.
What is a libation?
Offering.
An offering. It's a symbol or it's a way of us to give thanks to or to give back something, usually water, because that's the most basic thing that we all need. It's a way of thanking those who have come before us and those who will come after us. Let everyone know that we are grateful.
Yes.
Ashe. More dupe.
Now, what does Ashe mean?
Ashe is another way of saying amen.
Okay.
It's like power. We blow the cowrie shell in honor of the Orisha Yemoja. Yemoja is the Orisha that is responsible for all Orishas, which she teaches us to nurture. So now she is present during this ceremony, naming ceremony. Ashe? Ashe. All right. We sage to clear away the negative energy. If any of us brought in any negative energy with us, we sage. And we also give a little chant while we sage. And that chant is called Famani Ire, Ire Ile. Ire Ile. Ire Ile. Famani Ire, Ire Ile. And what that means is bring balance, peace, and harmony to this house, Ile. Now during this ceremony, I'm going to be mentioning some things, but I'm going to let you know what's the purpose of everything that we do, so nobody be in the dark, we have clear understanding. Now, when an individual is born into the world, of course the parents give him a name, and that name represents who he is and where he's going along his destiny. All right? You all have given him a name to represent who he is today. We're going to give him a name to represent the spiritual path that he's on. So he really has 4 parents. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. All right? First, we're going to pass around some honey. All right. The honey represents sweetness, because we want his life to have sweet things in it. We want his life to be balanced when it comes down to sweetness, because sometimes we can have too much sweets. Baba can tell you that ways. So we want his life to be balanced and sweet. All right. We offer bitter KOLA to build up your immune system, but to also indicate he needs to learn to take the bitter with the sweet. Everything is not going to be honky-dory in his life, and he needs to know that.
I mean, you should get it KOLA first.
Yeah. Where we want his life to start off sweet, So.
But when the bitter shows up, to remember the sweet.
There you go. I say, what we have here is guinea pepper, because we want his life to have spice in it.
Right.
You know, we want him. Yeah, you partake it. You have it. We want his life to represent a spicy life. You know, we want things to be spicy in his life. Ain't that right? Mm-hmm. So this is why we have the guinea pepper. Also, guinea pepper is used in the culture so when you speak, it carries your words. So I use this last. So if y'all have any encouraging words y'all want to say to him, you can say them, and that carries the words to heaven. Ashe? Ashe. On the bar, what we have here is we have an opon, and it has the Odu, that birthing. Okay? Now, Odu, just imagine Odu as being a child. It comes out of darkness to the light. And this is what your child is. You know, you have watched the movie The Matrix. Anybody ever watched the movie The Matrix? Mm-hmm. Okay. you need some water, and then you need some drink, you be good. Okay. Well, anyway, it lets you know that everybody has a program. You know, everybody follows a program. So this is what he was born under. It doesn't mean that he's going to stay there. This is where he is currently. Okay? Ashe? Ashe. Right. Okay. So the Odu is Osa Irete. Osa Irete. Now, rather than going into all the drama of what Osa Irete means, I'll just put it to you this way, that he needs to learn to stand up to people he rather lean back with. He needs to learn to stand up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Does that mean like just anybody? I mean, like
anything in his life, anything in his life. There are certain challenges he rather just push away from it because he don't want to mess with it. Okay, so he needs to learn that no, I'm gonna be responsible and I'm gonna do this. He has accountability to himself.
Okay.
And he needs to learn that he has an accountability to himself, where he's going in life, what he wants to pursue, what he wants to become, what he wants other people to see. All that relies on you, not exterior people. That goes for us too. Mm-hmm. You got to learn to live for you. Ashe? That is their job, and that is our job to teach you to be responsible for the gifts, to respond to the abilities in you. Responsibility. That's our job. The rest, oh, you cuz. That's you. That's you. So we sage to get rid of negative energy. We blow the shell that represents Yemoja. We have our flowers here to please the ancestors and represent Obatala and Oshun, which is the honey. Obatala, which is peace, calm, tranquility. The candle here represents the ancestors. We give reverence to the ancestors because without him, without them, he would not be here.
What's the light? The light.
The light is knowledge. You know, because without their knowledge, you wouldn't be here. The water represents coolness, you know, and refreshment and nurturing. You know, this is what we really are made up of, is water. All right. So now, with that being said, we're going to give you this young man's name just as soon as I find him. Scissors. This cord, what we have here, if you notice, the cord is black and white. And the cord is tied from the mother to the son. The cord represents an umbilical cord. And the father normally cuts the umbilical cord and gives the child his name. The umbilical cord is black and white because it represents him coming out of darkness to light. These would be what our Odus we call Oyeku and Agbe. It represents darkness and light. The light is knowledge, the darkness is, of course, nobody knows. All right. But he's coming into the light. Okay. So as I cut this, I'm going to let you good people know. Can you see, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. His name. This young man's name is Ifaseyitan. It means, look what Ifa has done. Brought him to kingship, to rule, and make correct and swift decisions. Ashe?
Ashe.
Now I have a story for you. So, it's a good story. It's why he has this name. There's some Orishas that they call Ogun, and there's an Orisha they call Shango, and there's an Orisha they call Oya. Oya was married to Ogun, but Shango wanted her, and Shango is king, and Shango was born king. He was not made a king. He was born king. There's a difference. Okay, some people are made kings, others are born kings. Okay, so Oya wanted Shango, and Shango wanted Oya. So Oya went with Shango, and Ogun got mad, of course. So Shango and Ogun, they fought. Both of them are so powerful, neither one of them could beat each other. So they just like, and it is what it is. Okay. So meanwhile, Oya is with Shango. Oya represents storms, tornadoes, winds, also swift change. She also is over the graveyard. There's a reason for that. She also wears a mask, and her colors are purple and gold. The mask represent, well, I'll get into that after I tell you what the fight and all that represents. The fight represents this. Ogun is considered to be the god of war. But most folks don't know it's not only the god of war, he also is he's integrity. He's your will, your strong will. He's your hard heart if you chose to be hard. He's unflinching, he doesn't change, he keeps his ways. So that is Ogun in the aspect that we're talking about right now. Okay? Shango is king, meaning he makes his kingly decisions. He do what he wants to do because he's king. You know what he wants to do. It doesn't matter if it hurts somebody's feeling. He don't care. He's king. He's going to do what he desires to do. Oya is the same way. She's a queen, and she's like the fierce of all the female Orishas. I know some of us don't know what that means, but stick with it. The story represents this. Oya and Shango, whenever there's a fight going on, like whenever Shango wants to exhibit his power, Oya as a storm goes first. You ever notice how it gets cool, the wind starts to blow and everything before a good strong storm come through? Well, that's her. She's blowing stuff around. She's causing all kinds of things to happen to get you primed up for who really coming to whoop you. Because she respects her man. She goes to change things. She goes to change things. She goes to change things before he comes. When she changes things, then he comes with thunder, lightning, letting you know, hey, don't play with me. You picked the wrong one if you think you picking a punk. This the man right here. I'm about to show you what it is. And you can't do nothing about it because I'm over you. Because I'm over you. I'm over you. Alright? Mm-hmm. This is what it means in principles. Ogun is his integrity. Oya is his swift ability to change when he sees something wrong. Shango is his attitude to rule over an area that he chose to change. Rather, what anybody says, he's still going to rule over that area. He's not thinking about what nobody has to say. He is going to stick with his decision, what he saw he needed to change. That's what the story represents. That's the moral of the story. Alright? Mm-hmm. Get in some more details about Oya. She wears a mask. Okay? Because she don't want people to see her face. Some of y'all have been to church and you heard the thing, oh, seek the Lord's face. And what that represents is you need to seek the Lord's what? Anybody want to answer? You need to seek the Lord's what? When they say seek his face, what they're saying? Seek his what? His ways. Seek his ways. But Oya hides her face. Because she don't want you to know her ways. She does things in private. That's why Oya kids are laid back people. It takes a lot to stir them up. But when they stir up, it's like a tornado. You messed up. Okay? There's a reason for that. Go get his gift. It's upstairs.
Excuse me. I would also like to add, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, baby.
That Shango is also known for being good with money. Like
yes.
You know, kings carry wealth. Even if their money comes from doing what they're delivering pizzas, they will manage that pizza money like they have pizza money everywhere. Like there's no end to it.
Indeed.
They will not. They're not supposed to be broke people. They will never see poverty.
Indeed. Indeed. Okay. I have an item that I'm going to present to him, and I'm going to explain what this item means. This is yours, baby. Oh yeah. Okay. Can everybody see that?
We zoom in.
Don't drop it on your feet.
Oh, I won't.
That hangs up on your wall. Okay.
It probably won't be hung up on the wall, but I don't want to put nails and stuff in the wall.
Well, no. Well, okay. You'll figure out a place where you want to put it. Okay. If you pay attention to this, it has 9 shells going up it. Okay. Those 9 shells represent Egungun. You know, y'all heard us mention Egungun. Egungun is a glorified ancestor. One of y'all relatives that have passed on that is doing what they're supposed to do in him. Always remember this here. Man is no more than data. That's all you ever will is data. Your data. Your knowledge. Okay? That's why he has his nose. That's why he has your cheeks and lips. That's because that's collaborating information. You looking at y'all ancestors in him, y'all relatives, what it took to make y'all in him. Y'all gonna live forever. Life is only a circle. When y'all bodies finish doing this course, he's still here. You got a miniature clone of you that's gonna carry you on and produce you again. You never end. You'll never taste death. Do you remember being born? You ain't gonna remember dying either. But we'll see you die. We'll see your body cease to exist, but you'll never know. Okay? So anyway, the 9 represents the number of completion. In the culture, there are 9 levels of what they call Egungun. Some folks say 13, but there are 9 levels. Each level represents a conscious way of thinking. The reason why Oya hides her face is because she's working on things that you ain't got no business seeing. See, she's over the graveyard or over the ancestors or over the Egungun because there are curses, there are things that are in y'all life that I ain't got no business knowing about, but Oya knows, and she hides that while he works on it in private. There are hang-ups that y'all have that y'all might not conquer. He will. You follow me? So, and each time he conquers something, there's another thing he'll find out, well, I've got to deal with this too. And it goes all the way up to completion. All right. The red and the white represents Obatala and Shango. White because Obatala is pure white. He's control, he's tranquility, he's peace, he's harmony, he's everything that you can think of what we call good. All right. And he's the only one that the king submits to. The king don't submit to nobody but Obatala. You might as well say Obatala is like God. Okay? Up here, we got the king. And in the center, we got Obatala. But these are 16 Kyrie shells. Those 16 Kyrie shells represent what we talked about earlier. 16 Odus. Consciousness. So the king rules effectively when he follows the 16 principles of Odu. The bottom part of it is made out of a leopard. The leopard handle represents, sometimes you gotta be stealthy. You can't let everybody know what your plans are because they'll speak against them, and words are powerful. I don't care who they come from, words are powerful. So he moves stealthy without letting people know what his business is. And it's on the handle because he can handle the situation till he gets ready to cut and activate whatever he needs to activate. All right. If you notice that the axe has two handles. I mean, two sides to it. And the reason it has two sides is because the King Shango can do the extreme good, or he can do the extreme bad. His thing is he needs to learn to stay centered in balance. That's why Shango is always depicted with having an axe on top of his head with two handles, two sharp edges. Ashe? I present to you all Ifaseyitan.
Ifaseyitan.
Which means, look what Ifa has done, brought me to swift change to rule as a king. Ashe?
Ashe.
All right.
Usually we repeat his name at least 3 times to just get the vibe of it, to get the energy, to even to say it correctly. To make sure it's said correctly.
Yeah. Can y'all say it? Ifaseyitan. Ifaseyitan. Ifaseyitan.